Today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about being married to an entrepreneur with my husband, Steven. Hi, boring business owners, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking with my husband, Steven, about what it's like to be married to an entrepreneur. If you haven't already, make sure that subscribe button below so you don't miss any videos from this channel. They're going to help you with online and social media marketing for your business. And of course, these really fun, helpful videos about basically this life.
Yes.
So
this is more of a life video.
This is our life.
This is the life video.
We're weird. Kind of roll with it, guys.
I'm very awkward.
Yes. I actually became an entrepreneur within the first couple months of dating this guy right here.
Yes.
He's been there since the beginning.
Very, very beginning.
So why don't you tell our boring business owners what that was like?
It was definitely a different dynamic. There was a lot of excitement and energy in the very beginning of it, but also a lot of time apart. It was very fast-paced, very much not your traditional 9-to-5 job, date in the evening, date on the weekends type of experience. I had a lot of access to Desiree for like random events to be like, oh, I'm in this area for a networking event and you want to grab lunch? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go do that. There was also a lot of times though where it'd be like, hey, let's go have lunch. And you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm all the way on the other side of town doing this B&I speaking engagement. And I'd be like,
so what were you doing while I was growing my business?
I was just in the middle of going to school. I was going to college at the time, and I had a lot of class schedules that were just like all over the board. Some were early in the morning, some were late at night. So depending on what semester I was in would kind of dictate how our schedule would work together for dating. That too also made it a little bit off center.
So to someone who's getting started with maybe dating an entrepreneur and that this life, this very weird life, what would you tell them are the good stuff? Like, what's the good stuff about being an entrepreneur?
There's always something to talk about. Like, there's either someone they've met or some new thing they're trying with the business, or something's changed in the marketplace that's either good or bad. Sometimes those are bad things, but it still gives you something to talk about and problem solve through. You get to see many different sides of the business world. You get to see the legal side of it, the marketing side of it, the ground floor side of it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into running your own business that someone just starting to date out an entrepreneur would get to experience with them. And I personally believe that really solidifies the relationship, getting to kind of nurture that and grow it together. There's a lot of unique obstacles that you could run into that you might not in a traditional dating scenario.
I feel like some of the benefits, like from my side, it would be you get say over the schedule. Like, I don't have to go to networking events. I don't have to go to these meetings. I set them. I decide when I get to do things with my time. And it's been really helpful as we got married and started our family, because I've been able to make myself available like when it makes sense. We get to pick how much we grow. I get to pick how much I grow or not grow, how much business I want to take on, how much I don't want to take on. So it's like I can choose to be busy or I can choose to just be chill.
Yeah, you can hit a spot and be like, we're comfortable here.
Yeah.
And then you can get a bug in your butt, which is always good. Be like, let's expand.
Right? Let's grow.
Grow. And then that usually starts the trend of let's start looking at what the market's doing. Let's start taking in new information. Let's start researching and testing.
So what sucks about being married to an entrepreneur?
At the same time that the tempo of setting your own schedule is really great, it's also really bad because your schedule doesn't necessarily get set with the same schedule as everyone else. Yeah. There's a lot of times where you, specifically here in Korea, have had to set your schedule for early mornings, late evenings, and those are times that I don't get to spend with you because of just...
my upcoming travel schedule. I know that sucks.
Yeah, the upcoming travel schedules are sometimes hard. There's a lot of, as you get outside of just your local network and start expanding, that can be really challenging. There's going to be lots of traveling most of the time, and especially now that we have kids, I can't just, like in our early days, just uproot and go with you and travel around, so I'll stay home and help take care of them.
Yeah, I don't think that our kids would necessarily like to network. Actually, you know what, they probably would, because our kids like to talk to everybody. Yeah. Our kids, I think, have entrepreneurial spirits.
I think they do.
So how has it affected you? Like, has being an entrepreneur like given you an entrepreneurial bug in your butt?
It has, yes. Kind of because I've been seeing so many of those back ends, and I think a lot of people get ideas in their heads and creativity. I've seen that it's a little bit more feasible. There's a lot of things that I could do or want to try, and the risk doesn't seem quite as daunting, I guess you could say, the second time around as the first time you start a business. Because the first time you start it, it's very scary, very intimidating. There's just so much you don't know about the world.
See, because our world, especially like when I started my business, was like almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago, it was very much this world of like no entrepreneurs. It wasn't nearly as common of a thing. It was kind of like, why would you do that? Like, that seems like a lot of work. And usually business stuff is always associated with stuff like, oh, I'm attached to this big company. Like, I'm an insurance agent, a part of Allstate or whatever, or a part of a network marketing business and that kind of thing.
Or I'm networking for my law firm.
Yeah, I'm a part of this plumber company. I'm a part of this law firm. I have these built-in things that give me business, like I'm a dentist and I just rely on my insurance network to, so it just like, it wasn't a thing.
No, and I still think there's a lot of markets out there that it's not a thing in yet.
Yeah.
It's still very much emerging.
I mean, essentially with All-in-One, like and Pink Media, which is before All-in-One.
Yes.
I created a business that was like really elementary, like really new. Because I started doing social media marketing kind of like when it started to become a thing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, 2009, when I started, it was literally...
There definitely weren't as many social media platforms on the block.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like you could build a Facebook page, people would just like it and comment and engage because there was nothing else there. Now it's like you have to like do a rain dance and pray to the Facebook gods and give them lots of money to get anything to work sometimes. So there's so many different networks now because we literally went from MySpace to Facebook and that was like, then just everything else got included.
Yeah, Instagram wasn't really
Twitter,
on. Twitter was there, but not as big.
Yeah, Twitter had come out. It
just had emerged when you started.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. It's like it wasn't just building a business; it was building this business off of this like industry that was so unknown.
Yeah, because the industry was looked as what it just was. It was just looked as for social. It's just a place where I go to talk to people.
It's where the kids hang out.
Yeah, it's where the kids hang out. It's not. Professional business owners don't need to be there.
Yeah.
And then it changed really quickly to being like, yes, we actually do need to be here.
You can't have a business now without social and a website. Like, they might as well not exist if you don't have those things.
No, and then it's even simple things. Like here in Korea, we've ran into it where there's such a different social mindset, I guess you could say, where there's so many restaurants around, but because there's smaller mom and pop restaurants who don't have a need for social in this country yet, we can't find them. It's totally on foot traffic and being seen. And for someone like us who doesn't necessarily understand the language as well as we'd like, can't always find them.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on how it's all changed and grown as, like, the business has changed and grown and the needs of the society have been, like, watching it through me? How has that been for you?
Oh, that has been a very actually unique and fun experience because I've gotten to see almost as little subgroups have came up. Because back when we first started, it was everyone was on Facebook or Twitter. Now it's like, what is the platform that is right for you? And they go to those, and you can almost see business personality types start to pop up. Ones that like to show pictures off more, ones that like to talk. I don't know. I guess I want to say for full disclosure, I don't fully understand social as much as Desiree does.
So do you think that because of what I do, you don't like it or use it very much? Or is it just because it's not your like personality type? Like if you haven't gathered, I am an extrovert.
Yes.
And he is an introvert.
Yes.
and it applies, I think, to online platforms as well. So do you think that has colored your usage?
I think it's given me a bigger respect for it. I think a lot of people that are introverts get negative on social because since they already have some social anxieties, it either helps them and gives them a place where they can anonymously talk, or they see it as something that's a waste of time and it's for all the people that are obsessed with it. But I've seen it from the business side of things, and I've seen it from the personal side of things, and I like what social has to offer, and I just don't necessarily find myself out there as much.
Yeah.
And maybe I just haven't found my platform.
Then you don't really have to be there because I just tag you and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a lot of it, I am already there without knowing I am there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because there are times I will just literally hand her my phone and be like, can you do a couple updates for me?
So, what is the best advice you could give to someone who's getting in deep with someone who like runs their own business, is an entrepreneur, maybe has entrepreneurial spirit and wants to start their own, maybe they have a 9 to 5 and they're just looking to like get a side hustle or turn their side hustle into their full-time gig. Like, what do as the support system of an entrepreneur, what do they need to do? What do they need to know?
They need to communicate. Communication is going to be huge because it is a fast pace sometimes, and it is a constant roller coaster ride. There's lots of good and bad ups and downs, but there's also a lot of busy, not busy ups and downs, and there's a lot of flexibility that needs to be in the relationship. And if you don't have communication to explain those things coming up or to even anticipate them, it's going to be a hard thing to adapt to. Like I said, networking events, bad things happening is magnified tenfold because it's all on you, and then that stress can easily come out into the relationship if you're not careful. You need to be able to understand that there's a difference between who you are as a couple and who they are as a business person.
So, do you think that being an married entrepreneur is awesome?
I do. It is an interesting, different world that I don't think a lot of people get to experience. Would not trade it for anything.
That's good to know, because I don't think I'm going anywhere.
You,
And definitely don't think I'll be working for the man anytime soon.
no.
So, any closing thoughts? Any words of wisdom?
I would say you need to trust your gut. You need to realize that the person you're with can also help you. Like I said, while indirectly, sometimes one of the things I will do is meet with people with Desiree because I am able to see things she isn't necessarily.
He's my bullshit detector.
Yeah, that was a nice way of putting it. I can't. Being married to an entrepreneur has its ups and downs. There is a lot to be said on it, but my biggest thing with it is that it's an adventure. If you are wanting to have fun, excitement, there's nothing else like it.
So that's it. That's how you marry an entrepreneur. Just say yes. Go with it.
Go with it.
Roll with it. Just know it's fun. And your entrepreneur will give you the best life that they can in return for your support.
Yes.
Yep. We got 2 babies to prove that.
2 babies, lots of traveling.
Lots of
traveling. Lots
so
of
adventures
adventures.
also doing?
Like that, it's an adventure. There's so many things we've seen and done, not just with the business, but because of the business.
Yeah, we couldn't do it any other way if we weren't married and I wasn't an entrepreneur. So, all right, guys. Well, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are looking for more things to help you with getting more accomplished in your business, in your life on a week-by-week basis, you're going to watch this video right here. And if you are looking to figure out how to get some time management rolling better for your parenting life, because that's what we deal with all the time, watch this video right here. Sorry, see, these are 2 just for you. Yes. And like we would say, military life is never goodbye. To see you soon. So until next time, I will see you soon.
Bye.